I'm 32 years old and live alone in a small house deep in the countryside. That night started completely normal. I had the day off and stayed home the entire time. Nothing felt strange. Nothing stood out. Around 9 p.m., I went upstairs, got into bed, and started watching YouTube on my phone, trying to fall asleep. Then I heard something. When I paused the video, I realized it wasn't coming from my phone. It was voices, faint voices outside my house. At least 2 people, maybe more. They weren't talking normally. They were whispering, like they were trying not to be heard. I live far from other houses. There are no sidewalks. Anyone near my home at night had to be there on purpose. I stood up and walked to the window. The moment I got close, the voices stopped. A cold feeling rushed through me. Whoever was outside knew where I was. They could see me, even though I couldn't see them. I checked every window in the house. I couldn't see anyone. The worst part wasn't what I saw. It was what I couldn't. After about 30 minutes, I opened the front door to look outside. That's when it hit me. A powerful feeling that I was being watched, like eyes were locked onto me from somewhere I couldn't see. I rushed back inside and locked the door. Once inside, the feeling faded. I told myself it was just paranoia. Eventually, I fell asleep. Hours later, I woke up to glass shattering. Voices erupted outside, shouting. Then the front door slammed so hard the house shook. I locked myself in my bedroom and called 911. Before help could arrive, the front door crashed open. Footsteps flooded the house. Some of them were laughing. I opened my bedroom window and climbed onto the roof. They broke into the bedroom moments later. They searched the house, growing frustrated when they couldn't find me. When police sirens approached, they ran back into the darkness. My house was destroyed, but nothing was stolen. Which means they weren't there for my belongings. They were there for me, and I'll never know why. Last Halloween, my plans to go to a party fell through, leaving me alone at home. That night, I tried to pass the time watching an old horror movie. I kept noticing movement through a small gap in the curtains. Every time I looked, nothing was there. Finally, I got up and saw a man walking aimlessly outside, wearing a dark Halloween costume. 10 minutes later, there was a knock at my door. Through the peephole, I saw the same man, but now he was perfectly still, staring directly at the door handle. He wasn't swaying. He wasn't drunk. That's when fear really set in. Hours later, I heard tapping coming from the far end of the house. I followed the sound and saw the shadow of a man tapping against the glass. I called 911. The tapping stopped when he noticed me watching, and he disappeared into the darkness. Weeks later, police reported a similar sighting nearby. I still wonder what would have happened if I'd opened the door. I got home from work around 9:30 p.m. and sat down at my gaming desk, waiting for my friends to come online. While I was playing, my phone rang from an unknown number. I ignored it. Then it rang again, and again. I finally answered. No one spoke. I could only hear wind on the other end. Once my friends joined the game, the calls stopped. At 2 a.m., after everyone logged off, my phone vibrated with a text from the same number. It was a picture. The photo showed me sitting at my desk, taken from right behind me. I spun around, but no one was there. I convinced myself it had to be taken through the window. I locked it and closed the blinds. When I stepped into the hallway, I saw my front door wide open. Footsteps approached my bedroom. Someone knocked. The handle moved. 30 seconds later, they walked away. The number turned out to be a burner phone. I still don't know who was watching me or why.